Now we start off with the Citadel adrift in space in the aftermath of Evil Morty's plan. In a callback to the beginning of Avengers Endgame, we hear Rick giving a speech that echoes Tony Stark's. They end up lying down together, and similar to Captain Marvel's arrival, a beam of light comes in and we see Space Beth show up. This isn't the only Marvel reference either, and when Summer goes down into the basement of the garage, we can catch several callbacks to their characters. This includes a Cyclops visor, Thor's hammer, and also Magneto's helmet. Summer also gets Wolverine claws, though they are more in line with X-23's rather than Logan's. Rick accidentally resets portal travelers instead of portal guns, and we realize that he, Morty, and Jerry aren't originally from the universe that they reside in. There's lots of similarities to the show Sliders, which involve people going across the multiverse into slightly different universes, where things were either changed massively or only very slightly. It turns out that the Jerry who we've been with isn't the original, and we meet Hermit Jerry, who was the one from the first season. This happened during the events of Rick Potion 9, aka the 6th episode of Season 1. The Jerry that we've been following on the most part is from Morty Night Run, which was the 2nd episode of Season 2. Beth asks where their Rick and Morty are, and Summer says that they're buried in the backyard, which too is a callback to Rick Potion 9. This episode is later referenced towards the end of the entry, only it involves all the family burying their counterparts instead of just the two. Rick speaks to Diane, who we learn is actually the voice of his garage bot, who's programmed to always be just one room away. Huge shoutouts to the website tvtropes.org for pointing out that this has the same voice as Rick's garage AI, showing how he still has some piece of her left behind in his tech. In a similar scene to the ending of Season 5, he travels into a rift, and we get visuals that pull from not only that, but also the ending of 2001 A Space Odyssey. Morty returns to his own universe to find it looking like The Last of Us, and here we see the Jaws booth that Summer operated in Potion number 9. The only person that appears to be left alive is Hermit Jerry, who we end up learning a lot about. Now we also get a reference to the game Downbeat, which Morty finds under the bed. This is a game that's popped up in the series before, with Rick not being able to understand the rules, so they never finished it, like what Morty says here. Now Rick goes wild, and he gets pulled in a Prime Rick's game, in which he taunts him and makes him run the gauntlet. However, Morty pulls him out of it by saying he doesn't really know his true grandfather, and that the replacement one is the one he really cares about. He brings up the phrase,
Rick and Morty, 100 years!
And this calls back to the pilot, in which Rick goes off on one and says,
Rick and Morty forever and forever, 100 years, Rick and Morty some things. Me and Rick and Morty and running around and Rick and Morty time.
They return home, and after a great bloody joke, we see that Season 2 Jerry has also been swapped over due to not being from his original universe. He's still stuck in the mind state of when he and Beth almost got divorced, and he ends up releasing Mr. Frundles. This highly infectious creature turns everything that it bites into it, and thus it quickly swarms the planet after multiplying at an incredibly fast rate. This turns the Earth into a giant Mr. Frundles, echoing images of Ego the Living Planet from Marvel, which I should have really put up top, but here we are. Now they also travel to an alternate universe where Parmesan is pronounced Parmesan, and they bury the bodies. Rick claims that they all died of natural causes, but looking at the blast marks on the floor, it doesn't really seem that way, like at all. In the garden, Morty ponders whether Prime Rick might come back for him, but Rick says that he doesn't care about anything. This is why he was happy to murder an alternate version of his daughter and child, because he's seen everything to the point that he doesn't care about anything anymore. He's a great new villain for the show, and that closes out the episode in a big way. Either way, that's the end of the breakdown. Make sure you subscribe for quick videos like this every day, and I hope to see you on the next one.